Welcome back.
I'm Joslyn.
I'm Caden.
And we
Are
best
of
kin. And I'm pissed. Just kidding.
So, welcome back. We just started 30 minutes ago.
Caden and I just recorded 30 gorgeous minutes of content for this episode.
Of our first back for
our
3 months.
First episode back after 3 months of being gone. And what happens?
There are some kinks that
We're
come
rusty.
back up.
We're rusty.
Everything happens for a reason.
Caden didn't hit record, and
everything was said, but I did not hit record on audio, which is probably more important than video.
The first time you've ever done that.
Yeah.
Ever.
I was kind of excited to start, so I was like, let's go. And I looked down. God.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
That was a bad feeling. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to hate me.
I do hate you. No.
That's why I started laughing.
We were just having
I did not even hit
wonderful
record.
talks, wonderful, we were just.
Which is captured on video, but
I don't know what to do with that video.
It's not this audio, It would be like.
Because now we can't clip any of that.
What I could do is take the phone audio of what's facing you and edit that, but it's obviously not going to be like this.
And maybe that's just what we have to do anyways.
Maybe.
I don't
it's
know.
something.
I can't decide.
It's better than nothing.
I can't decide. Well, I'll decide later.
Welcome back.
Let's just give you a quick overview of what we talked about. Can we turn the music down slightly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it turn up?
Wait, what?
Did it turn up? My bad.
Just a little bit. I'm like, I can't hear my thoughts. Kaden likes a little lo-fi in the background while we're talking just to feel like we're in a, coffee house or something. I don't know.
Something
okay.
Like that.
We've been gone 3 months. I am so sorry. It's mostly my fault. I got to a place last fall, just personally and professionally, where I was very, very overwhelmed. And Caden's like, I can't believe I have to hear this shit all over again. I'm not going to say everything that I said because I don't have the energy for it. We're just going to
it will come back up too.
Quick little update.
Next episode,
I'm sure. So we decided to take a break. Just lots of overwhelm, and I don't even know what else to say. I can't.
Burnout.
It's so tough. I don't know what I said the last 30 minutes. We were burnt out, and we knew we weren't quitting. We knew we just needed to take a step back, remember why we were doing it, remember all the reasons. Oh my God. I'm so sad.
Why we were doing it.
Yes.
There was a lot of factors. October. It was a whole year, but after that year, it's kind of like, okay, we made it because we never thought. We thought, but
I was so happy we made it to a year.
3 episodes.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. For just going for it. But I get what you're saying now, but a lot has changed though. I feel like we're in a lot better mindset.
So much has changed.
Joslyn
in our lives
has a lot of paths that she can take that will
I like that
grow her life.
You're like, let me do your life update because you're so distraught.
That will grow her life.
I have a lot of opportunities. I feel like the year is wide open. I love where I'm at in my career and just the future and the possibilities. But on top of that, I really want to not capitalize, but expand that in the sense of, I want to pursue more creative hobbies. That is a big one for me. That's kind of another reason why I was like, we should start the podcast again, because there's just so many creative hobbies that I want to embark on and not have all my creativity go to work, because that I think is how I'm getting burnt out.
Well, I guess
that's what I realized.
The weekly recording also regrounds you.
Well, that's the thing.
You talk. You're like, you know what? Am I in the right path?
You know what I'm realizing as well? Well, yeah, there's totally that. I did miss that. I missed you.
Missed you.
And I missed you guys. Not that it's tangible, but I feel your spirit.
Yeah, I know you miss us too.
What was I saying? It's also, I'm realizing scheduling things like this gives my weeks and days structure. I think I need more structure as kind of a freelancer. You know what I mean? Everything is just kind of all over the place. I don't have places I need to be and when. So I really want to start plotting and planning more intentional, put that on my more list. I want to be, again, you had said this too, more intentional with my time. Friday's podcast, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, these times are type and trim. These times, maybe I'm doing content creation. These
Wednesday
times I'm doing my
swim.
hobbies. Wednesdays, we go swimming. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I really want to start scheduling my weeks like that instead of just like, oh, because the day starts and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get everything done today because it's just not like really that planned out. Something else that I just implemented a couple of weeks ago was getting a physical calendar and a physical planner. That's something I haven't really used since high school. And I could not have been more organized and on top of my shit and not very anxious about all the shit that I had to do because I was so like physically invested in it. And so we got a calendar. We're putting all of our stuff on it. It's so nice to look at a literal calendar every day and get that at a glance, you know? So that's something that's made a big difference. But yeah, I really just need to start scheduling more. And I missed the pod.
Seeing a wide view. Yeah.
Yes. Because yeah, you can look at your Google calendar or your Apple calendar. It's just not the same. There's just something about it that is not the same. So I'm feeling great about that. I really am glad that we're doing the podcast again.
Even with hiccup.
Even with that hiccup, honestly, what we just said just now just summarized the first 20 minutes at least. And then the latter half was you talking
More
about your big
less.
update.
Yeah, my big
Which
update.
is
I have a girlfriend. I'm in love. Her name is Willie. Lily Hannah.
Sienna calls her Wiwi.
She's my best friend. We met actually 7 years ago at a sand volleyball tournament, then disconnected. I think I was like an ass or something, but 20-year me. Duh. No, not duh. But yeah, 7 years later, reconnected. And it was just the spark you would say as a cliche, you know, just worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said before, I get the hype. Find someone that's your best friend. Even if you are, what's the word? It's not like you're best friends for like years and then that's a different thing too. Like
that's
mom
a different
and dad,
thing.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think you still meet someone that can immediately be your best friend. I mean, just like a person of the opposite
it's
sex,
literally
right?
the magnetism.
But that's what's so awesome. Like your best friend, but like freaking can kiss them too. It's so cool.
I love kissing my best friend. No, but that's the thing. It's like you want to spend all your time with them. Sure. You want to make it work. We in the 30 minutes that you aren't privy to that we didn't record, you had said like you want to make it work with that person. You don't want to make excuses as to why it can't work because you genuinely want to be with them. And that's how you know
every obstacle is like, how can we
work together
to this. What's the word?
Compromise, come together.
Work together to overcome it. And then grow from that.
Overcome.
So every obstacle is easier in the future because you're growing on each one. And it's just like that's every aspect of that is getting you closer. Yeah. Because then you're just constantly learning. And I can't imagine 10 fucking years, but
it's
been a very short time.
It evolves.
But I'm excited.
It evolves over time.
And I think my biggest thing too is trying to keep the the life of it, you know, because you always see, and this happens when time passes, and that's that's your person forever. Things can get dull, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that's my biggest thing as far as like putting energy into it, even if it's something that's just like once a month or just trying to have that mindset, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta think long term. You got it.
You can't go so like hard in the beginning and then like, oh, I'm burnt out on this like relationship. I'm gonna start trying less. Like you do have to like be in it for the long haul. And I mean, you guys are still very much in the honeymoon phase, so that because you only see each other on the weekends, that will likely last months and months. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, keeping that energy is what I meant.
I saw something that was
even though if the energy will change, but I still want to. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta remember what you didn't have, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what becomes taken for granted, what you already do have.
Yeah.
Because you forget what you have. It's like gone. You don't realize what you have when it's gone.
Until it's gone. Yes, exactly.
My baby.
No, it's so sweet. I just, hang in there. And you're in love. It's so cute.
Yeah, a whole year of this.
It's about time.
Pod.
You needed to be in a relationship.
My 13 listeners, thanks for the support.
You needed to be in a relationship.
Coffees.
Yeah, thank you for the coffees.
Thanks for the love.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. It's good timing. It's like you're in that like late 20s stage where you're really.
It's perfect.
It's perfect, and meant to be.
No doubt. I have no doubts.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yep. So there's that.
There was just so many juicy tidbits in that first 30 that I don't really care to try
It's fine.
to remember.
No, I feel like
I'm
that
not trying
warmed
to
us up.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But also keep in mind that those are still recording, so this is
Sure.
probably going to be like a 45-minute episode, given if we're starting when the audio is actually being recorded.
Sure. I feel like I know what you're saying,
Huh.
kind of. But then
Just
I'm
saying
also like,
that
how
one
long are these
that
going to
lasts
last?
an hour and 20. So I'm saying
Okay.
we have.
Should we have started them over when we
should have, but
okay.
again, it's fine.
We're rusty. Okay, so then let's get into it. The other thing that we had started that we need to restart is talking about what we want. What?
No, go ahead.
You're just so like,
It just
I'm
sucks.
bummed too, bro. I know. It's okay.
You want them to know.
I want you guys. It was just so organic before. And now it feels like a checklist.
That's what this podcast is authentic.
We're so authentic.
And now we're having to bend that.
I know. It
to
doesn't
go
feel
back.
right. So there.
How about you just say it more that you haven't said yet?
A lot of people do ins and outs for the new year. Like, oh, this is what's in 2025 versus this is what's out. Like, out overthinking.
Deja vu.
In caviar.
Deja vu.
You know what I mean? But I like a more less approach, like things that I want more of in the new year, and then things that I want less of in the new year based on my past experiences. So I only got down two.
That's
two
what I'm
down
saying.
my line.
Start
so
with one you haven't done.
Why?
So it's something fresh, and then we can go backwards.
You want me to? Okay. One thing that I want to do more of this year, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, was the creative hobbies, right? So in that, I really want to start scrapbooking because I'm like, I expect...
Would you cut out magazine stuff? Or
No. That's like collaging. I want to... Polaroids, but also have photos printed. Like you can have iPhone photos printed. But I'm like, do I really expect my children to go through my iCloud for like through my tens of thousands of photos for like the gems?
I thought about that too, like how we looked back at memory photos. It's a very select
physical album, a select
but also
few.
Not many.
But also I take a ton of photos. I know the best ones. Like I want to get those printed and then actually have like, can you imagine Halloween, Christmas,
of every year,
Thanksgiving, like just the milestones, like
the big ones. Yeah, I think holidays.
Going to California,
even like holidays when she's like 7.
Her first Disneyland trip, like literally just these large milestones. I would
every
love.
Move.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of like really unique ways to do that. Like I saw this one girl who like for Christmas she cut out like just a square of every wrapping paper she used that year and just like put that in the book as like a physical. There's just so many little ways, like concert tickets, like actual like keepsakes or little things that
I
you
have
would
a box
save.
like that.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine if it was like a flip through book with all the photos.
Pretty cool.
Like
with the photos attached.
No, I
something
know.
Physical and then
something physical that you can actually keep contained in a book.
But then connected to a memory that's captured on a photo.
Mm-hmm. I have a ton of stuff, like stuff we saved from our honeymoon, stuff we've saved from our camping trips in the past. Like I want to do a little
rock.
And like each book would be like a year, not a fucking rock, bro. But you know what I mean?
Remember
like
this time.
No, like a receipt for the campsite or whatever. You know what I mean? Just little things that you could cut out and not have to be keeping like keepsake boxes with full of shit. But it's like intentional pages that are organized. Like I am going to start that this year. And I'm probably, because I did a baby book for Sienna for her first year of life, I'll probably start at when she turned 1. Like her first birthday will be the first page. And then I'll do all of
thinking
like
your
that year.
Past self for what you're doing.
Exactly. Can you imagine I need to start thinking about like what my children and grandchildren would want to look at or keep from me. Like scrapbooks would be up there as like number 1, potentially jewelry, potentially like, and that's where it's just in like investing in quality things that last a lifetime like that, like heirloom things.
Yeah, kind of like what do they call it? Kind of like something that's been handed down generations.
Mm-hmm.
What is that called? Like
heirlooms. Oh, hand-me-downs?
No. Like
heirlooms.
Like some people have Someone told me that one of their things that they wanted to have a family. I know it sounds weird, but like a sword, but like it was passed down. Like, can you imagine that, like
a legacy, like generational.
Yeah, it's not like, is that a trinket? Is that no? What is it?
It's an heirloom.
I don't think so. That doesn't sound right.
Family heirloom.
Maybe.
Do you want me to look up synonyms for heirloom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's like, a word. There's a word.
Okay, well, what's on your, while I do that, what's one of your mores?
Well, I'll just mention the two I had because I think that's
heritage, legacy, treasure, antique.
Heirloom, huh? How do you spell that? Just like A-R.
H-E-I-R.
Yeah. Oh, like a
You're
carrot
that is
or
the
tomato.
word. Yeah, heirloom tomato. That's the vibe. Asset.
Family.
Fortune. Legacy?
A family.
Crest.
Crest. I think so.
Crest is like more visual. It's like.
That's why I said like a sword.
No, that's not a crest.
Okay, like
a crest
picture?
is like a picture of like a sword with like a lion and like a.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like
family.
Inheritance.
That's whatever. It'll come to me.
Birthright.
It'll come to me. So.
Estate.
Less consuming, more intention.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just like every day you make thousands of decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are bigger than most, aka intake for me of food and purchases. And that's defined and put me where I am in my life, where I am now.
Today, yeah.
For the past 2 years, what I've done. Which is
consumption.
A very small, I don't know, if anything, pretty stagnant.
Pretty plateaued.
What do they call that? A
plateau.
Constant. Linear.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And as we say, time passes either way. So it's like, what are we doing with that time? That's actually where we discovered that we didn't record.
Every decision, think about tomorrow or your next week or your next month. For me, I mean, for me, it's physical and financial. So that's something you'll see visually change if you make those small decisions every day. That's all. It's like in hindsight, everything is really simple. I mean, obviously, it's a very simple thing to do, but it ain't easy.
No, totally.
Because then, of course, everyone would be disciplined.
Yeah. It's hard to start and it's hard to commit and continue. So it's like
But I wonder if is it hard because of all the
mindset
distractions too, though.
Distractions and just
it's so easy to become
mindset.
Successful, but it's also so easy to get distracted. So it's like a weird balance.
That's a good point. And I also feel Caden's checking out our cameras. What was I gonna say? I forgot.
We're in the balance of it's the easiest time to be alive, to be successful, but also the easiest to be distracted.
It's so true. And that's what they want.
Yeah, but has it always been like that in just different ways?
Also, maybe scoot over so they
like was the newspaper. I mean, it's okay. I've already moved like 3 times, so like I was high, I was low.
What was I had a good point. It evades me. I don't know. I'm depressed.
Psych.
Just kidding.
It's simple. It really is.
Yeah.
But every day counts. Like some people will be like, "Oh, this." I mean, actually, let me take that.
The days don't count.
There are some bumps in the road, like you overeat one day.
Mm-hmm.
But within that week, how many good decisions are they more than the bad?
Yeah. You gotta weigh.
Then that is still a constant upward. Progression.
Yeah.
And it is just, I'm like just constantly trying to remind myself, like, it's a mindset. Like, I get to go to work. I get to record myself at the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so lucky. I get to be outside in the winter.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
It's just constantly like, and no one gives a fuck. If you can just like accept public humiliation, I think you're just unstoppable.
No, actually, though. Well, I actually just saw a thing that was like, success is on the other side of embarrassment. You can't be successful without submitting yourself to being embarrassed.
I don't know if you've seen that one guy who does like his typical 9 to 5 day in the life. he made another video. It was like, it's cringe until it works.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, obviously recording yourself looking at a camera and from a third person, it looks fucking stupid. But the person looking at it on their TikTok, it makes sense.
Yes.
In any aspect, YouTube, whatever. But I mean, it works.
What I was gonna say is, like,
we're in the time where this is like just a prevalent thing. So and it helps to like get over some fears. You know,
it's true. Be less self-conscious. You just gotta push forward. But the motivation just doesn't come from the ether. Like, it just doesn't come from thin air. It doesn't. You don't wake up like, oh, today I'm motivated. It's like, for the most part, you truly have to force yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like, oh, I just need the motivation. Like, I'm just waiting to be motivated to. No, like, you literally, no matter what it is, for me, a lot of that is like self-care. Like, I kind of stopped like giving a shit about like presenting myself well or self-care, like after having Sienna and just being too tired to care about myself. But once I started really prioritizing myself more, my confidence went up. Then I felt better. Then I wanted to continue. Like,
it's a domino effect.
No, it's a domino effect, but you literally have to force yourself.
And start somewhere. Maybe it's too, like, even having, I know we've all been there, the resistance of fucking brushing your teeth, you know? Like, oh, I'm in bed already.
Yeah. But
once you do it, you did it.
It feels so much better.
And you did it.
Yeah.
Just doing it.
Just
Shia LaBeouf.
He was on to something. Okay, so I'm gonna rewind a little bit back to the top of my list, because I like that you were like, start lower on your list and then go backwards, and then you started at like.
I didn't have anything else other than that.
Oh, that was your whole thing
for now until you talk, and then I think.
Okay. Number one, the first thing I thought of when I was making my more or less was more keeping in touch, because I am historically really bad at keeping in touch with loved ones, texting people back, like just staying in touch, and it's isolating, you know what I mean? It's like I'm isolating myself. People are like,
"Oh, you say that?
You fucking bitch." Yeah. Didn't you not record it? Oh yeah.
That's a good one though, because it's even true. With like friends, yeah, I'm bad too.
And I saw something even this morning that said like, I don't know what the theme was, like whether it was like change or growth or something, like doesn't happen in isolation. It happens like with community. Like, you need community to really like grow to be your best self. Yes, exactly. So isolation is not doing anything. I mean, it's tough because there was like a period where I really felt like I really needed to be in hermit mode and isolate in order to shed like what I think about other people's opinions, to shed like other people's like voices, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of do have to take a step back a little bit in order to, I mean, it just depends. I think that there is a too much isolation and too much hermit mode and too much, like, it's a balance.
I'm not saying about the balance.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, balance. You could do the isolation, like, you know, some people. Like Kanye, I think he like locks himself in the basement for months, just produce music, and it's
that's
like,
the thing.
But not everyone's fucking a
Kanye.
Crazy artist. Yeah. Those people are on the insane end of professionalism, but that also comes at a cost. Yes, I feel like your balance is not really much of a cost.
Well, it's just
compared to being like, you know, the best of the best in your
lifetime.
It's
fine to like maybe turn off my like be on do not disturb during like work hours, but then like to like just little things, not text back for a week is like pretty shitty. People don't like that. You know?
Well, it's like, hard too, because if you have Instagram, right, you see their story, you think you're updated.
I'm like, we're in touch.
Yeah.
I have a friend. I know what you're doing. I have a friend, Javi, who from high school. He'll call. He'll just like call out of nowhere, and I'll be like, "Oh, it's like not convenient for me to like answer." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, like,
I know.
But he keeps calling, and not like every day, but like once. No, like sometimes once a year, sometimes like once every 6 months, he'll call just to check in, see how we're doing. Like, just so nice. And I'm like, I don't do that enough. Like, that's so nice. And the fact that I like remember that and I'm like aware of that, obviously that's like makes an impact. Like, it's that's just huge, so sweet. He'll call Logan, he'll call me. Remember. Like, so I started, just because this is easier for me sometimes, that there's no pressure to go back and forth with a text or a call, I'll send voice memos. Like, I started like doing a voice memo because I'm like, here's a message. I sent it. I don't expect anything back. Like, we don't have to be texting back and forth for a little bit. Like, it's not a call. I don't know. Like, sometimes that feels
cover
nice.
So much in an audio message.
Totally.
Which would be like maybe like an hour of texting.
And like hearing a voice is like nice. Yeah, It's just like sweet. So I kind of like that for me. It's like more voice memos. But yeah, keeping in touch is on my mores. And then kind of in line with that, less hermit mode, because I kind of feel like part of the reason I go into hermit mode too is because like I'm not happy with where I am. You know what I mean? Like, especially pre-type and trim, when I was like post Tempe, pre-type and trim in this sort of like very unsure place. I don't want to like meet up and have people be like, "So, what's new in your life?" and maybe like, "Fucking nothing. I don't know what you know what I mean? Like, I'm not happy."
I mean, that's
Like, I don't like talking to people or socializing or texting back, especially when I'm in a phase of like not be like being dissatisfied with where I'm at. You know what I mean? Which I feel like is natural.
yeah.
But
But I was thinking too, it's also okay to not feel like, because I feel like in the past, I mean, I be doing the same thing. I go to the
yeah,
gym, I go to work, hang out with friends on the weekends. But and then when you meet people, oh, what's new? I think it's okay to not have something new. There's no
that's true.
pressure of like feeling
Like I need to be
that's not
like
realistic.
on top of the world
That's
all the
more
time.
realism for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Less, but it's tough because like I want to be more realistic, but I'm also super optimistic. So
Yeah.
like I hate when people say they can't do something. Or like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like, yes, you can.
Yeah. 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 Believe in yourself.
Back to mindset,
Again,
man.
that's a balance.
Yeah,
Realistic but optimistic without being too pessimistic.
I'm. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I've always been optimistic
Yeah, it's true.
because it's like, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
Depressing.
Being unhappy.
But then you
Okay.
do have those phases. But yeah, being a hermit, depressed,
Yeah.
doom scrolling, because it's
Yes.
like
Yes.
you don't want to do anything with your life. Those times happen. And I
Yeah.
just really wish they can be avoided though, because I don't want that to happen again.
You're like, I fucking hate that shit. Another one on
It
my,
won't happen again though if you continue to take action.
but that's the thing. The more I am doing for myself and prioritizing myself, even if that is just like in my creative hobbies and like taking the time instead of, yeah, doom scrolling in the evening, spending my evening scrapbooking. Like, I would just be so much more, I would just feel so much more whole as a person and like feel like a real person.
Not distracted.
I don't know if for me, it's not even like the distraction. It's just like actively doing
I
something
mean,
with my hands
yeah, but
that feels real.
the scrolling's kind of subconsciously.
I mean, but that what I'm saying is like that's so it's just not real. Like if someone's looking at me on the couch and I'm just going like this, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I'm like taking in information, but I'm literally not doing anything. Whereas if I'm
Yeah.
going here, I'm going to go swimming, I'm going to do a scrapbook, I'm going to cook, like literally I'm living my life. Like I think that's just the thing. It's like there's not enough living happening. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Living. And with that, I want to do 25 new recipes in 2025. So I'd really want to cook more. I love to cook. I'm pretty good at cooking, and there's just no excuse to not like cook delicious meals all the time instead of like, oh, yes, it's another quesadilla tonight. The amount of quesadillas I had in 2024. Just because I didn't feel like making anything else. It's like that's part of the self-care though. That's part of prioritizing myself is putting in the extra effort to do those things for myself, you know? Caden's not even listening to me anymore.
No, I am. I'm making sure everything's okay.
I know. Are we recording? Can you imagine?
Oh yeah.
I would die. I would die.
Like,
I'd be like,
wait
this
till
is going
week.
up.
Oh.
I think that we should do a bonus episode. We should do this episode, but we should do it just on YouTube, 30-minute bonus
of the first
part. Just because I liked it.
I mean, it's gonna be that wide angle audio.
I know. Why not that one?
Maybe our YouTube is only wide angle, and then we clip from it.
I can't remember what we decided. We'll talk about it later.
That's easier for me.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay. Next on my list, camping.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You should put that on your list.
It's already on it. I'm going camping next week.
Ooh, with Lily?
Yeah, no, actually not. I didn't realize how many campgrounds are closed in the winter.
Oh.
And I could just go back to the same campground, but I don't know. First time, because she's never really camped. It would just be car camping.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, first
Wait,
time
you are
camping,
going with her? No.
If I were to, it would be her. Yeah, but
okay.
It's gonna be like 20 degrees.
Oh yeah,
that's ideal.
So tough.
I like the challenge, but
But at what cost? At what point is it unenjoyable? You know?
Yeah. Because, I mean, everything you're doing would be outside, so making food.
It's just like...
yeah, I mean...
like super bundled up the whole time. And then at night, Kaden, when we camped in the backyard recently, like in November.
You were cold then?
It was like really cold. But that was a weirdly cold week. It was like 40 degrees at night. I'm like...
I mean, it's cold now. Cold. It was 38 degrees when I woke up this morning.
Like, no, that's insane.
What the hell?
That's kind of crazy. But also, it is winter. All right, do you have anything else on your more list? I got a couple more things.
My mores kind of tackle all my other little mores.
You got big mores, you got little mores? Like what?
Well, everything I want to do, it's like a what is it? Like a chain reaction. Lightning
the
bolts.
Umbrella is intention.
It's rooting.
And then there's just things under that.
Umbrella, there you go. Yeah. And it's just a day-to-day thing. And we'll be able to fucking see that progress per epi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did we go swimming this week? Did you follow your diet? Did you create content?
Mm-hmm.
Did you... Yeah,
so just more doing the things that you really want to do and not...
Yeah. I mean, which is... oh my gosh. It is doable. No excuses.
Of course.
Even though those... I'm open to those obviously coming up, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, just more discipline. More... I mean, my only distraction, honestly, was like, you work for the weekend, which I don't think I'm doing anymore. I'm just working for the money now. And
yeah. That's how you have to think about it.
Hanging out with my girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My baby.
And just like enjoying every day as it is, like being more present. You're not just like grinding,
like I said, no, I
enjoy.
get to go to work. I get to make money. Yeah.
It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Which is, that's my more, which again is my umbrella.
Mindset. I have... I have self-care on my more. Again, I already kind of talked about just like prioritizing myself more. Back in the day, I just used to like spend a good amount of time like skin, hair, nails, you know, self-care.
Girl stuff.
And girly things. And I do feel better when I do spend more time doing that. So meditating. There have been some instances, especially in the last couple of weeks, some issues, whether it be personal or work, mostly work. There's been a few things that have transpired that I was like, had I meditated for 5 minutes a day during these times, I genuinely feel I could have avoided some pitfalls because I just would have been more connected. I would have been more like present, and I would have been able to take a moment away from like my anxiety to just think, just clearing my mind and having more clear like focus. I really feel like I could have avoided a couple pitfalls that took place recently.
It's the same resistance as back to brushing your teeth or stretching.
Yeah, it's like this is 5 minutes out of my day.
It also doesn't need to be set. Like you can literally just right now, you can just start. I think it's just breath work too. Like if I'm pissed off, if you really just take a lot of deep breaths and you're like, oh wait, that's just weird.
Like that kind of does.
We are more powerful than we think.
Early mornings, more early mornings. I need to just embrace the fact that I am tired and I don't want to wake up and do it anyway.
But another thing too, which helped me in the past when I had a little waking up early phase, you're going to be tired no matter what.
No, that's the thing. It's like,
and you're going to be nice and warm.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. And it's that thing of forcing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, I don't feel like it this morning. No, like, bitch, you don't have a choice.
Don't snooze.
Because I laid out a schedule. I worked with ChatGPT to lay out a schedule of like, how do I make time for, you know, quality time with Sienna, making time for myself, eating 3 meals a day, like doing my creative hobbies, doing type and trim, maybe recording content. Like, how do I make time for all of this? And truly the only way, Kaden,
wake up earlier,
is to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to make time for everything I need to do. Because I need to have time before she wakes up to do some things for myself.
So if you don't do that, the only person to blame is yourself.
No, literally. Because then, like, my day is, like,
I mean, honestly, that
determined
is in most cases, too. Like, just take accountability for yourself and your actions. You are where you are because of what you've done.
No, and that's what we've said, but it's just like, The early mornings for me are just...
I haven't heard water yet.
No, it's not on here.
Oh.
Self-care.
Oh, yeah.
I have mores. Just so
really?
You know. Yes, bitch. I thought about this. Do you feel like you're centered enough in your camera?
I've moved around so much. It's okay. I can, because if we're just selecting certain clips, that I can.
That's a good point.
So it's okay. Don't worry about it.
That's a good point. Hosting.
We have probably just saying like
more hosting. More hosting.
Yeah, good one.
You said 10 minutes. Do you realize you have 10 minutes?
That's a clip of
that's
or a sound or something?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes though. You realize you have 30 minutes? More hosting. It's like we have a perfect yard to throw some parties, and we should have some parties.
Yeah.
No, like parties. Yeah, I know.
Like have fun.
Like, why
Sunset.
not?
Yeah.
A little bonfire.
Yeah.
I know. I thought about this.
What?
Play dates with Sienna. Like, I don't get together with other moms enough and like have her play with people. You're like boring. But yeah, play dates. More gardening. I planted some things recently. My green onions are sprouting. I'm excited about that. More balance, which we talked about. More stretching.
Yeah.
That's another thing I want to do on a daily basis. There's just things I want to do on a literal daily basis that if I want to do them, I have to wake up early and have a morning routine and a night routine.
If it truly matters, I'll make time for it.
That's the thing, though. That's not always the case.
Well, yeah, it is.
It's like these things do truly matter, but
the other things matter more.
Time is taken by a lot of things, so it's about being organized with your time in order to make time for them.
It's not about making time, it's creating
like prioritizing. Time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like waking up early. I have to create that extra time for myself. And I do want to stretch before bed every night because I sleep better when I do. Quick on the less list. I can't remember if I've said this in this recording or if it was lost in the 30 minutes, but less purchases. We talked about that, a little less consumption. Again, I can't remember if I said this pre or post hitting record, but just like with Amazon, like, oh, I think I need this thing. I'm going to buy it right now. It'll be here tomorrow. But it's like, did I need it right now? Could it have waited a month? Did I even need it at all? Like maybe redefining what need means, you know?
I think a week is a good amount of time to realize.
To sit on something and be like, do I need this?
If you're still thinking about it from the past Sunday to the next Sunday, like, do you really use it? Or?
Yeah, if it's something every day that's been on your mind of like, well, this would be nice, you know. Critical self-talk, less being mean to myself in my mind.
Yeah, that's good.
Because that, again, everything at the end of the day is mindset. That's really everything.
So,
every one of
this
these
episode,
is mindset. So like when you're mean to yourself in your mind, you're literally making it harder for yourself. You're creating bigger mountains to climb. You're creating hurdles for yourself.
The mountain is you.
Whoa.
Good book, by the way.
Less overthinking, less busy work. For me, sometimes I'm like, I want to feel like I'm being productive. So I'll just be like, oh, well, I'll go sit at my computer and like get what I can done. Literally busy work that doesn't need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Like right then. I'm just like, oh, it's working time. Let me brainstorm some shit.
Here.
No, it's just like sometimes work doesn't need to be done and I'm still trying to get work done and like it's not productive and that is also leading to burnout. So all of these literally are ways to not burn out because I felt burnt out come October and that's why we stopped recording the podcast. So everything that I'm focused on this year is to avoid burnout. More creative hobbies, more self-care.
But I think burnout occurs when you feel like you don't have enough time. So I guess, yeah.
Yes.
I think the biggest base foundation is creating more time, a.k.a. waking up early.
AKA changing your mindset, AKA
and if you guys
forcing
hear any
yourself.
of these mores, feel free to steal them.
Steal my more.
Copy and paste.
Take my less. Couple more.
We don't want to encourage your less. All of our lesses are negative.
Less late nights because that is what's leading to not being able to do the early mornings.
I mean,
and you and Logan
have the
don't have a
opportunity.
choice. I know, and yet I stay up till 1 a.m. like an idiot. But that's just habits that I need to rewire. That's what it's about.
Make
but
it happen.
As soon as I start waking up early, I'm going to be so tired that I can't stay up late.
But we can also, exactly that too.
So it's just every day is a chain reaction.
We can even use this year for this podcast to be the accountability, because it's going to be embarrassing to be like, I didn't do that, like next episode, right? Like, or like 4 episodes next, you're like, yeah, well,
I never stretched
back to
again.
the excuses. Yeah. That'd be a funny clip, like where it
like
stops.
This is what I'm gonna do.
If it stops on you and it goes like black and gray, and she never stretched after that
for the rest of her life. One more less. Okay.
Yeah.
Less comfort zone. A lot of the things that prevent us from doing the things we truly want to do is because we're too comfortable. I'm staying in bed because it's too comfortable. I'm not pursuing XYZ because I'm comfortable where I'm at. Like breaking out of what's comfortable into
me tattoo.
Yeah, Caden literally has tattooed on his arm "seek discomfort." So,
and that is still a seek.
He's still seeking.
I am occurring. I am striving.
Yeah, he's still seeking. Aren't we all? But I think that's good. Basically, more balance, less comfort, less critical, less
We can't have
isolation.
An episode back without
a
Jingles with Joslyn.
That's why you were like, wrap it up, bitch. We have another segment to do. It's got to be quick.
I know. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. It's recording. Really? Oh, this is 70s hits, by the way.
Yeah.
Five, 4.
I don't know.
Play that funky music.
Fuck. Or should I say funk? Oh my God, you picked a hard genre. Oh. Is this Boston?
Yeah. We'll just say you got it.
Cool.
Let's leave it there. God damn it. That first word was literally the song.
Oh, Roxanne.
Nice.
Police. Back to the street where we began.
Wow, that sounds actually really like it. I wonder if they took that.
It sounds exactly like it. Sorry.
Mr. Blue Sky, ELO.
God, it's hard.
It's ABBA.
Yeah. Oh. Window. Chain Fleetwood.
Nice. Okay. Think about any
Eagles?
field trip. Yep.
No, literally, Dancing Queen ABBA.
Oh, 2 more.
Okay.
Actually, that was bad. Let's go.
Oh. Bill Withers.
And.
Oh. Elton John.
Wow. Winner. All right. Okay. So what do we have in store for next week?
Next week, I don't know what the topic is, but we will be recording.
From which start?
From the beginning.
More of a theme.
We're going to start doing more themes. I mean, the theme of today was our ins and outs, or our more or lesses, our life update.
Back to it.
A little back to it, a little I'm so sorry for recording season 2, episode 1, and then dropping off the face of the earth.
It's okay to stop if you go back and keep going.
It's okay to take a moment.
It doesn't matter how you fall.
It's about how you get back up again.
All right.
And on that note, thank you so much
Check out the clips.
Coming back to us. We are happy to be back with you. We missed you. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.